Hey yogis, today I just have a quick mini class for lower back pain. And we will start just with breathing, sitting in easy pose, taking an inhale to a count of 4. And exhale. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale out the nose. One last time, inhale. And exhale. Place your right hand onto your heart, your left hand on your belly, and repeat in your mind, may these practices heal and strengthen my body and my mind. May these practices heal and strengthen my body and my mind. Place your hands back to your knees and open your eyes. Place your fingertips onto the mat on each side of you and stretch your spine really long so your shoulders are stacked up over your hips. Then lean over to the right side. Your left arm will come over your head. You'll bend your elbow and stretch to the side. Elbow will point back, open your chest, and then return back to the side. Open and close. Exhale, open and stretch your chest. Inhale to center, 2 more. Exhale and back. And exhale, twist. Inhale to center, and we'll hold it here, really allowing the elbow to bend so we're getting a nice stretch through our side. And then if you'd like, you can turn your head and look up towards the ceiling, getting a really good stretch through the side body and also through our shoulders and chest. Inhale, come back over top, and we will go to the other side. Fall over to the left. Right arm comes over with the elbow bent. Elbow goes back and center. Open the chest, twist back and to center. Twist, exhale. Inhale, back. Exhale, open. Inhale, back. Last one. Exhale, open. Inhale, back. Try to stay right to the side as you fall over. Allow your head to release. You can change your gaze to look up under your elbow. Breathe deeply. Try to keep both your sit bones down onto the mat. Really getting a beautiful stretch to that right side. Inhale all the way back up. We will turn to the side. Stretch your legs out long in front of you. And your hands will go flat onto the mat. You'll flex your toes and sit up really tall, pressing your arms down into the mat, almost as if you could feel a little bit of lift of your bum up off the mat. Keep flexing those feet, engaging your quad muscles. Just about there, and we'll release. Your right leg will bend and step over your left leg. You'll wrap your left arm around your leg, flex your left foot, and twist to the side. Your right fingertips are onto the mat, and you're trying to sit up really tall and twist. If you'd like to go deeper, you can hook your elbow on the outside of your front leg and push your elbow into your knee and your knee back into your elbow, and then lengthen your spine. Try to get all the ribs over to the other side of your leg, to the right side of your leg. And let's release that side, and we will change. So the left leg is now going to step over the right leg. Right leg will hug around the left leg. Your left hand will come back behind you, and you'll twist tall, looking over your back shoulder. In twists, it's really important to try and find that length of your spine, so don't hunch over. Really sit your shoulders right up over your hips. And again, if you'd like to go deeper, hook that elbow onto the outside of your leg and twist even deeper, finding a rotation through your whole spine and getting a little bit of stretch in your glutes and your hips as well. And release everything. Return to center. Cross your legs underneath you, or you can swing your legs around and come into a tabletop position. Hands and knees, and we will just start to shift the weight forward and back. So the weight goes over the hands, then back, over the hands, and back, forward and back. Last time, forward and backward and hold in center. Find your alignment. We will move to cat-cow. Pelvis will tip down, chest will lift, head will lift. Then round everything out, pulling everything into center. Exhale, tilt and look up. Inhale, round the spine. 3 more cat-cows. Exhale, down to cow. Inhale, up to cat. Again, exhale to cow. Inhale to cat. And last time, exhale and inhale, round it back. Return to your neutral position. Tuck your toes underneath, lift your hips up and back, press into your arms to find down dog. In down dog, we don't want to splay our ribs and sink into our lower back like I'm doing here. Instead, pull your ribs in and try to lengthen your lower back up towards the ceiling, and then press into your arms and push your chest back. This will help to relieve the pressure off your lower back. If you're dipping and you feel this really big arch in your lower back, pull your ribs in, pull your belly button in, and imagine you have one straight line from your tailbone all the way out to the top of your head. So anytime we can, we want to use our belly to support our spine. So this down dog is great for the spine as long as we're doing it correctly. Now we will walk our hands back towards our feet. We'll fold our chest down towards our thighs, take a hold of opposite elbows, and hang over our legs like a rag doll. You can bend your knees just slightly, or you can bend them more if you need to. But really what we're trying to find is the belly, especially the lower part of your belly, coming into contact with your upper thighs and allowing your lower back to stretch out. When we hang over like this, it's kind of like inversion therapy. It's going to stretch out the spine because gravity is working to help lengthen the spine rather than to push it down like when we're standing in an upright position. So this will really help just to relieve some of the pressure out of your lower back, out of your whole spine actually, as well as give you a nice hamstring stretch, which also will help to relieve tightness and pressure on the back side of your body. When we hold these stretches, remember your breath, maintaining that ability to breathe deeply and try to relax. Inhale, look forward, lengthen your spine. And we'll walk our hands back out, about to a down dog. And then we'll step our right leg forward into a low lunge. Drop your left knee down, reach your arms up. Now we're going to tuck our tailbone under so we don't have that splay in the lower back again. Tuck it under so your lower back is supported. Lift your arms to the ceiling. Try to get them 180 degrees if you can. And in our front leg, we want the knee right over the heel or even a little bit less. So we want a 90-degree angle or less. We don't want to go over 90. That puts a lot of pressure in the knee. If your back knee feels like it's taking a lot of weight, you can also place a pillow or a blanket under that back knee or roll up your mat. Keep pulling your belly button in, tucking your tailbone under as you lift the chest. We'll place the hands together at our heart, twist to the front. Your right elbow or your left elbow will hook over your right knee. Now press your knee into your elbow and your elbow back into your knee, and you'll find this rotation of the spine. Try to relax the shoulders and pull the belly button in as you twist. I often find that I clench my jaw, so try to release your jaw. Come back to center, place your hands down on the mat, tuck your back toe underneath, lift the hips up, and find your down dog again. You can walk the hands in if it feels too wide. Your hands should be about shoulder distance apart. Your feet are hip distance apart. And we really want the opening to be happening in our upper body. So our shoulders, our chest. Let's look forward now and step the left foot up. Drop the right foot down. Find that 90 degree or less in the front leg. Tuck your pelvis. Lift your arms up. You can leave your toe tucked or you can untuck it here on your back foot. Either is fine. Try to keep your shoulders away from your ears and keep really working to tuck that tailbone under so your lower back is not splayed or arched. Should be as long as you can make it, and get a stretch through the front of our hips and all up through our spine and our shoulders as well. Hands together at your heart, twist to the back, place your elbow on the outside of your knee, push your knee into your elbow, and then really rotate your spine around that leg as you twist. And look over your back shoulder. Breathe nice and fully. As you're in this rotation, release back to center, hands down to the mat, tuck your back foot and lift your hips up, back to down dog. Take 3 breaths here in down dog. Inhaling through our nose and exhaling out our nose, working on lengthening the spine and pulling the ribs and the up and into our back. Look forward, walk your feet all the way to the middle of the mat, step them about as wide as your mat, and turn your toes out slightly. You'll come down into a squat, doesn't have to be a full squat, and then lift the hips back to a forward fold. Exhale down and lift the hips up. 3 more times. Bend, doesn't have to be as deep as mine, and lift. And bend down. Tailbone will shoot up to the ceiling. Head will go to the floor as you stretch. And down. And lift, forward fold. And this time we'll come all the way down. If sitting in a squat is not an option for you, place a block under your bum and sit on the block with your bum. No big deal. I'm going to turn here just so that you can see what's happening. My hands will go together, elbows will push out to the knees, and I'll sit up tall trying to stack shoulders over hips. So push your elbows into your knees, lift and breathe. If you need to sit on your block, that's totally fine, or a tall book or a box or a shoe box, whatever you can find that you need to use. I have used many things as yoga props. It's all fine. Reach your arm out to your right arm to the side and your left arm up to the ceiling. Keep trying to press your knees open and out as you twist. So when we work on lower back, a lot of times hip tightness or not supporting the lower back with our spine or with our belly button, and having bad posture can contribute a lot to lower back pain. So we're going to work on all those areas here. Come back to center, left arm goes out, right arm goes up, twist and look. Opening the knees out and really trying to release any tightness or tension in the hip flexor on the front side of your legs, what causes your hip to bend. Keep breathing, stretching. Return back to center. Hands will come together at your heart one more time. And make your way down to a seated position. Doesn't have to be pretty. Get there the best way you can. We will take our right leg and cross the right ankle over our left knee. We'll try to have a 90-degree angle and then flex your toes back towards you. Open up by pressing the knee open, and then your hands come behind and lift your chest up. Take about 10 breaths here. This should start to work into your rotator in your glutes. So that rotator, there's 6 deep rotators that help to open and close your hip. That's the action. When those get really tight, they can also cause pain in our whole pelvis, which can radiate up into the lower back. So we're working to help release that. Let's change sides. Other leg, left leg will cross over. Flex the toes, press the knee open to get a nice stretch. And on your bottom leg, the closer that heel is in towards you, the more stretch you'll get. So if you leave the foot out far, you might not feel it in your glutes very much. So if that's you, pull your heel in towards you and see if you can get a deeper stretch into your glutes. Keep the chest lifted, keep pushing the knee open as you hold here. Get a nice stretch in our glutes, in our rotators. Just about there. Now release the foot down. Feet will come together into a butterfly position, hands onto your ankles. Try to press the knees down towards the mat and then release. Press, release. Flapping your wings like a butterfly. Come to center. Now really try to press the knees down. Stack your shoulders up over your hips, but don't press your ribs forward. Now lengthen the top of your head out long so you're keeping that long back as you fold over. If you can press your elbows into your knees to help push those knees down more, and it will open up your rotators and your hip flexors just a little bit more. A little more opening in your hip joint here. Keep reaching the head forward. Try not to round your spine. Lengthen the spine. You might not get super low with the spine all the way lengthened. Don't worry about it. You might just be on a slight diagonal like I am. That's great. Release and roll all the way up. Hands behind the knees to help them come together. Go ahead and grab your strap or your belt or a piece of fabric that's long, whatever you can find at home. We'll roll onto our backs all the way flat, stretch our legs out. The right leg is going to pull up into the chest. And if you need the strap because you don't have that much flexibility, you're welcome to wrap your strap around your foot and try to lengthen your leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Get it as close to straight as you can, or 90 degrees. And then we'll bend the leg and stretch the leg, getting some stretch. So right now we're gonna bend the leg, try to pull it in towards the chest, keep the knee where it is, and stretch the leg, point the toes. Bend the knee, inhale. Exhale, try to stretch it straight and lengthen through your feet. Bend and stretch. Two more. Bend, the knee pulls into the chest, and then try to lengthen it from where that knee is. One more time. Bend and stretch it up. And now we're going to hold here for about 10 counts. Really lengthening the leg in towards you, feeling your whole back on the mat, and getting as much of a stretch through your hamstring as you can. Now open the leg out to the side, and we'll do that same thing. We'll bend the heel in towards us, and then straighten the leg, point the toe. Bend, knee in, and stretch. Always try to keep the knee where it is. Don't lose that placement of the knee as you stretch. So you're really going deeper into the stretch as you extend the leg out. Bend and stretch. And we'll hold it here for about 10 counts. Lengthening the leg, making it as straight as possible, and trying to pull it in towards your body in this rotated open position. Rotate it back in front of you, bend your knee, hug your arms around your leg, and release it down. Left leg is going to pull in towards the chest. We'll do the same thing. We'll lengthen the leg. You need to take the strap, put it around your foot, press your heel so the leg goes as straight as possible, and we'll bend and extend. Inhale, bend, keep the knee there, and extend the leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. And extend one more time. Bend it in and extend it out. Holding it there. Really working to get the foot right in front of your nose and not out to the side. We'll do the side in just a moment. the length through your body. Now open, rotate the leg to the side, and bend and lengthen. Bend the knee, lengthen it out. Every time you bend, try to pull that knee in closer to you, and then keep that length as you extend. So you're not losing, you're actually deepening the stretch. Bend and extend, and now we'll hold for about 10 counts. Lengthening, pulling the leg towards you and trying to make it as long as you can, whether you have the strap or whether you have the foot. Doesn't matter, as long as you're working where you're at, it's totally fine. Rotate the leg back to the top in front of you, bend your knee, hug your leg. Good job, legs. And extend all the way down. Have to move my strap. Both your feet will go down flat onto your mat. You'll take a hold of your ankles with your hands if you can in a C grip or like a lobster claw, and press your hips up towards the ceiling. Really trying to press your heels into the mat and then press your heels towards your chest. So your chest is going to open. If you want a little more opening in your chest, you can interlace your fingers, press them down into the mat, and that'll help just get you a little bit higher. Your knees should be working to rotate in towards each other instead of out the outsides of the room. They should be coming in just a little bit. And your chin and your chest, if at all possible, can meet together. Keep breathing. And then slowly move your hands to the side and roll all the way so you're flat down on the mat again. We've got a few options here. I'm going to come up to show you. This is option 1 if you want to take a blanket to help support you, or if your shoulders dig into the mat or the floor or whatever, you're welcome to use a blanket. Your shoulders will be just off on the blanket and your head will be off the blanket. You'll lift your feet straight up over you as much as you can, 90 degrees or maybe a little bit more. Try to get it 90. Mine look like they're too bent here. See if you can lift those legs up, straighten them out. This is level 1, just to hold here. So you could also put your legs up a wall and just hold your legs up the wall. If you want to go into the other levels with me, we'll do that in just a moment. But for now, just leave those legs up towards the ceiling. And on level 2, we'll lift our hips right up. Try to place your hands on your back with your fingertips pointed towards the ceiling. Your elbows will press firmly down. Now make sure you don't look at me or the camera here. Just follow my verbal cues so that you're not going to put any extra pressure on your neck and injure it. So you're trying to take out all the crease in the front of your hip flexors and make a straight line all the way up from your feet, or from your hips to your feet. We'll move on to level 3. You can stay here or move with us. You're going to bend your knees open so you're in a diamond, and then extend your legs out to the sides of you. Straighten your legs and put your toes on the mat behind you. Or they might just hover up above you if they don't get all the way flat onto the floor. That's okay. The tops of your feet should be on the floor with your toes pointed. You interlace your hands behind you to press firmly into your hands onto the mat. And lastly, we'll close our legs together with our toes pointed in this nice plow position. We want a straight line from our hips all the way to our toes, and we'll try to make as straight of line through our spine as possible. Now, if this isn't happening for you today, no big deal. You do not have to go into plow pose. You're welcome to stay on level 1 with your feet straight up to the ceiling or with your legs against a wall. Any of those are totally fine. Just going to do a little extra back work here. Now lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Keep your left foot down on the floor behind you. Stretch it as straight as you can get it. Hold it there. Look straight up to that right toe that's above your head, not side to side. And release your right foot back down to the floor. Now left leg will lift all the way up. Try to stack it right over your hips. Try to keep both legs as straight as possible on your spine, nice and stacked on top of each other. It's like a variation of a shoulder stand. Breathe as deeply as you can. Now lift your right to meet your left. Release your bind of your hands, and with control, slowly lower each piece of your back down to the mat until you get all the way down to your hips. Bend your knees into your chest. Give your knees a hug. Wrap your arms around them. You can rock side to side to help release. The hard work is done. Just take a few easy stretches for the back before we finish today. Open your knees wide. Hands will come onto the outsides of your feet as they go up towards the ceiling, like you're standing on the ceiling. And you'll just relax your knees open into a happy baby pose. Your whole back is flat down on the mat. Just hold here in the center position, allowing the weight of your hands to help open up your hips and release that lower spine even more onto your mat. And now if you'd like, you can massage your spine by rocking from side to side. Really slowly, really gently. And we'll return to center. Bend your knees even more. Hug them back into your chest. And then open your knees using your arms to open the knees away from each other, and then close them back together. Squeeze them into the chest, open the knees away, squeeze and close. Squeeze, open out, squeeze, close. You're really trying to squeeze your knees into your chest, both on the opening and the closing of your legs. And back to center, hug everything together. And now stretch the right leg out and the left leg out onto the mat. Allow your feet to fall open, your hips to release. Move your body until you're very comfortable just lying on your back. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. And we're going to take a short Shavasana here. Just finding that last little bit of relaxation. Let your whole body release and let go. Let your mind clear of any worry or stress. Let it be open and soft. And hold here in stillness and peace. And when it's time to wake up, I'll call you back in. It's time to wake up. Blink your fingers open and closed. Rock your toes in towards each other and away from each other. Reach your arms above your head, stretch through your heels. Find a really long stretch through your whole body as you reach and release. Roll onto your side. Find your way into a seated position with your eyes closed. Your hands will come to your knees and you'll stack your shoulders right up over your hips. And we'll do 5 rounds of balanced breath. Inhale to a count of 4 and exhale to a count of 4, both through your nose. Find your comfortable position and we will start. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand onto your heart, left hand onto your belly. Repeat in your mind. May these practices heal and strengthen my body and my mind. May these practices heal and strengthen my body and my mind. Bring your hands together over your heart. I hope you feel nice and open, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much.